Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode number 232 of the Chris Rose Rotation, a production of John Boy Media. And, he's a guy after my own heart. Not only does he play for my favorite team, he's wearing my favorite football team's knit cap on top of it. Hedges, is that for me?
That's for you. Just for you, Rosie.
Uh-huh. What happened? Did they hand all those out to everybody on the team because you guys started on the chilly West Coast in Oakland and now Seattle?
No, I got this beanie a couple years ago. It's the season ticket holder beanie that they handed out to us after we won the wild card game a couple years ago, and we went to that was when I went to the Chargers Browns game and got to was a part of breaking the guitar, and the Chargers are my team, and that was a bit of that was hard to do, but I love the land.
Okay. Do you still have do you get to keep the guitar that you smash, or how does that work?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what ended up happening to it. But I know my Chargers probably wouldn't be thrilled about me hanging on to that as a souvenir.
Yeah. Okay. So you're on the road. You're in Seattle. I, too, am on the road. As you can tell, this is not my normal recording studio. Would you like to play the guessing game of where I am?
You are definitely in Texas.
No.
That's a guess, right?
No.
Why?
How about this?
Cleveland.
It holds a special place in your heart.
My heart.
Your heart.
Dallas?
No.
San Diego.
You have bingo.
San Diego.
Can't you tell this is Airbnb decoration to a T? Like, this is it.
It really is. It is. What are you doing in San Diego?
We're helping our son move.
There you go.
Yeah. So you'd be very proud. Brought the whole family down to obviously do this. And while we were helping him move on Saturday and Sunday, we watched the game on our phone. And so, yeah, this is what we do as sick Cleveland Guardians fan. We just can't get enough of it.
Hey, the guards are hot. I don't blame you. The guards are hot.
So let's start out there in Oakland. You may have played what could be the final opening day in Oakland baseball history, which is kind of sad. They did not get many fans. There were many more fans actually outside boycotting while the game was going on. Were you guys aware that was happening?
Yeah, we heard that was probably going to be a thing, and I guess it ended up being a thing, and it was a weird opener, not having the energy of fans in there. But it was it's sad to think about. It's sad. It was sad to kind of be a part of, but it is what it is now.
I know. I understand why they're doing it, and I give the fans a hell of a lot of credit. You probably didn't even know this, but they put on their own fan fest in the off season because obviously the team's not doing anything. So these fans are organizing it, and they've done a remarkable job up there. I feel for the players, right? I mean, we know they're the lowest payroll team in baseball. We don't know exactly what's going to happen with the whole thing, but man, for like game 2 of your season and there's 3,000 people in the stands, that's got to suck, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's not what you're looking for. It's being there too. It's a weird feeling. You're looking around and it's so empty because it's such a huge stadium too, right? It's a Coliseum. It's a football stadium too, right? So it feels even more empty given how big it is. And but man, I wish I could have been a part of the times where I'm talking to Stephen Vogt about the playoffs there, and he's saying, and I've heard from multiple people that it's the best play. It was the best playoff environment by far. And that place is rocking. Apparently, it was just crazy energy, and it would have been cool to experience that. But it's kind of too bad what's happening right now.
Can we talk about your first knock of the season where you kept an inning alive? Yeah, it wasn't so much this. It was the new svelte Austin Hedges with those Usain Bolt type wheels at the bottom of your hoofs. I mean, come on, dude.
I couldn't believe that in the first game that I managed to get an infield hit and then go first to home on a double. That might have been the crazier thing.
Here we go.
Look at me go. Uh, then the first to home was, I'm telling you, I was breathing heavy for about 3 innings after that.
Yeah. Well, we've got a new third base coach, the Guardians do. And so I think he was just probably testing exactly how much you could do at this point of your baseball career, right?
That's what it was. He saw that I leaned out a little bit, maybe got a little faster, and he was testing me. And I showed up and I did it.
Okay. Your first night, you also got a chance to catch Shane Bieber, who I think is not only a huge story in Cleveland, Ohio, but probably league wide because we all know that he's in the last year of his contract and he knows that he has been on the block, whether it's in the offseason or even during the season, all that sort of stuff. If he throws like this, he will do one of two things: either help the Guardians get back to the playoffs or help some other team make a deep run. Is that the Bieber that you caught from a few years ago?
Might be better. He honestly might be better. He's it's like, in baseball, right? You come into the league and you just are who you are. And, a guy as good as Shane, like the league's going to need to make an adjustment to him. And then the league made an adjustment to him. So he now had to adjust, obviously battled some injuries too. But now he's in that kind of third phase of now he's made another adjustment. He's added, a new pitch really with the changeup. And he's using both sides of the plate. He's using up and down. Balls are moving all directions. So now he's this true pitcher. I feel like in the last couple of years he really learned how to pitch, but now he's healthy. He's got his stuff back, so he's pitching plus the stuff, plus the pitch now that's moving the opposite direction as a slider. And I mean, it's there's some weapons in there that just from my perspective, catching, I have so many options to get hitters out with now, and I feel like he's in a really really good spot.
You said that there's a pitch that's moving in the opposite direction. What is that?
That's a slider, the changeup. It's got a changeup that's kind of like a hard changeup, almost acts like a sinker sometimes. Um, but it's just, I mean, everything he throws is breaking, away from a righty into a lefty. Now we got a pitch that's moving, somewhat in the opposite direction. So it's changing the eyes, having your eyes, if you're a lefty, have something moving away from you a little bit, righty, something moving into you. And it just messes with you. It messes with your eyes. And when you have the type of spinning pitches as he has with the slider and the curveball, it makes it really difficult to have a good game plan against him.
Is that something that he just fell into or was searching for as he was trying to battle everybody else's adjustments?
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely trying to find. I think first and foremost, trying to get healthy. Obviously he's throwing hard again. Everything's coming out aggressively with power. Where I feel like he was kind of battling himself for a couple of years, but now, I know he worked really hard this offseason on the changeup and on getting his curveball back to moving a little bit more 12-6. It was getting a little bit sliderish, if you will. And I think it's just a testament to the work he put in. He worked really, really hard this offseason to get his body right and to get his pitches moving right. And I think we're seeing the product of what hard work pays off.
One thing that I always love about a new baseball season is hearing these stories that have been lying down in the minor leagues, and then guys get a chance to be major leaguers, and these stories get told on certainly a local level and in some cases a national level. There's a reliever named Cade Smith who made his major league debut over the weekend and worked 2 innings and struck out 5 guys, and I did not know this about him. I believe he's from Vancouver, and he was not able to see his family for over a year because of some paperwork issues. His siblings he didn't see for a full 18 months. He was supposed to see his parents in December, and right before that happened, his dad had emergency open heart surgery. So the first time he got to see them was when the team told him on Wednesday, hey, you're making the show. And they all got to come and they got to see him pitch. Are you aware of stories like that, or did you even know it until I just said this?
I knew most of that. I didn't know. I didn't know his dad had open heart surgery. That's insane. But I knew when we got into Oakland, we had like a little workout, and that was they set aside some time for family photos for that day for families to come in and take pictures on the field. And you could tell it was pretty emotional time for him and his family. And I didn't necessarily know to the full extent. I just, it's, make the big leagues this year. That's emotional enough. But then you add on, some real personal things like that, just makes it so special. And then what he was able to go out and do is like, it's just little things like that in our game are just remind you like how much bigger it is than just us, or even just the game. It's pretty special to see that stuff happen. I'm honored to be a part of it. Just to be the one catching for that is a huge honor for me. And because I know him and his family are going to remember that for the rest of their lives. And it's pretty cool just to even think about.
It is officially time for fans to head to the ballpark and root for their home team as the baseball season gets underway. Get in on the action early this season with our partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, all new customers who bet $5 will get $150 in bonus bets instantly. And don't forget to use our promo code ROSE. So download DraftKings Sportsbook app now, and new customers use promo code ROSE and bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code ROSE only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
I was listening to a spring training broadcast, and they were talking about guys who were being informed that they had made the team. And Andre Knott, who's a good friend of mine and does a great job as the dugout reporter for the Guardians, was saying that even you got excited when Vogt officially told you. Now, what the heck does that mean? You signed in the offseason. I knew you were going to be Bo Naylor's boy. Did they actually tell you like you made the team?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little sarcasm to it, but at the same time, Vogt shook my hand, looked me in the eye, and was like, it never gets old. Like I just wanted to let you know, you made the team, and it's a big deal. It is. It's a big deal to just, an opening day, to break camp. Opening day is, no matter how many years you've been in the league, is the coolest thing. Other than the playoffs, you don't get those same butterflies as that opening day, as that fresh start for, this might be my best year for everybody. This is your chance to go out and have the best year of your life. And when you get to shake your manager's hand, he looks you in the eye, and it's a cool moment. And I know how much he appreciated all the times that happened for him. And I think that's where his good feel comes into play, where he knows that means a lot to everybody. So he just, I think, took a split second out of his day to shake my hand and I don't know, just let me kind of soak it in a little bit.
That's nice. So you guys are in the middle of a road trip that'll take you through from Oakland to Seattle and then Minnesota before finally returning home for the home opener a week from today. And it's going to be the Eclipse day. And originally, the game was going to be during the Eclipse. You're aware of this, right?
No, really?
Yes.
Is that...
They moved first pitch of the game later so that in the third inning, all of a sudden it wouldn't be like black, dark, like midnight dark.
Is that what
Cleveland,
happens?
Ohio?
I don't really know much about eclipses.
Yeah, go with eclipses, maybe. Eclipses?
Don't know much about eclipses, but is that does it go dark? Like, so we physically couldn't play probably?
Well, you could if you put the lights on at 3, I think like 3:08 in the afternoon.
And then turn them back off, and then is that what happens? How long does it last, this eclipses?
It's quick. It's going to start. I think it starts in Texas, and it goes on a plane that takes it through Indianapolis and then Cleveland and keeps going up toward the Northeast. I've done obviously extensive research on this, as you can tell. And listen, all I'm telling you is if there's batting practice, make sure your eyes are protected. You don't want to be staring at that shit in the sun, because later that day, if you have to catch Class A or something, you're going to be seeing like 18 baseballs.
That's the thing too? So don't look at it?
Well, yeah. That one you've heard.
But no, I don't know. I mean, wait, I'm supposed to, this big deal about this eclipse, I'm not even allowed to look at it?
Don't fuck with me.
What am I supposed to do? Just, it's happening, and then look away, don't look at this cool thing happening? Is there special sunglasses I can get? And then...
Yes.
Really?
What are you doing to me?
I don't know anything about anything, Chris. What do you think I'm supposed to know about eclipses?
Hold on. We're going to bring producer Rob in. Rob, don't people know about eclipses? You're not supposed to stare.
Yeah, of course. Not supposed to stare at them. Remember Trump did it? He stared at the eclipse for a split second. There was that meme. He had the meme. It was like a couple of years ago. No?
And did his eyes burn?
I don't know. I don't think so. So maybe you can stare at him.
I mean, I want to look at. I mean, I don't want to stare at it, but I want to get like a good look.
They make
What kind
pretty
of
cool
glasses do
glasses.
I need to like.
They're like the old school 3D glasses that you'd get at the movie theater.
No
with the
way.
red and blue. Yeah.
No way. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
No way.
How do you not know about this?
Mm-hmm. Here, let me see if I can find a picture.
I don't know. I don't know random shit like that. But like
Okay.
those things work. Like that's a real thing. I thought that was just like
Yeah.
I don't know, for like
now whether or not they
3D
work.
movies.
Yeah, or they're just selling them so that once every like 6 or 7 years,
There you
somebody
go.
can build up their business.
There you go. Because those things cost probably like 4 cents to make.
So it kind of gets to my here we go. Here's the glasses.
Polar Eclipse, a 10-pack. Oh, for everybody.
Please make sure your clubby gets like 50 of those for everybody on the field so you can wear them during BP. Please.
Okay. I will. I'm definitely going to. I'll post one on
Don't
my
miss
Instagram.
out.
Don't
Now-
miss out. Like,
Now that you've found out all this information, are you a little pissed that you're not going to be playing during the eclipse?
no. It's distracting. I don't need any more distractions. We're gonna have our eclipse and then play the game. I don't know. Seems distracting, right? Opening day. We'll be like, oh, the eclipse. Oh no. And it's like, no, there's a baseball game going on.
Well,
So,
how amazing would it be? I don't know who's going to be on turn to pitch at that day. I mean, I don't know. It could be Logan Allen or whatever, whomever it is. How crazy would it be if he delivers and all of a sudden it goes dark midway while the pitch is coming toward you? That'd freak the shit out of you, wouldn't it?
what?
What?
And then I die?
No. You're wearing catcher's equipment. You'd be fine.
Yeah, you know how that goes. I've got so many concussions that I'm just gonna I'm out. It's gonna go black. That's actually happened to me before. It was right before but the lights went out at Dodger Stadium years ago. Our pitcher had just come set, lights out, boom, black. I'm talking like for a good 3 seconds, like I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. And these are the old school lights, so it took 20 minutes to turn the lights back on. But all I remember is, I don't know, something in the world was happening where there was something sketchy. So like, I don't know, I went immediately to like, is
Yes.
something bad about to happen? So I ran to the dugout and then everyone's like, what the hell is happening? Yeah, and then we had to wait 20 minutes for these old school lights to turn back on. And it was, I believe it was a tie game, runner on second, Justin Turner was hitting, and we had to wait all this stuff. And then right when it came back, first pitch, walk off, Justin Turner, single, walk off. That's all I remember about it. But it was, is this it? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
So
It was wild.
You ran off the
ran.
diamond and into the clubhouse because you were like, oh my God, we're
Not
under
to the
attack.
clubhouse, like just to the dugout. Just ran to the dugout and was like, but it was wild. I'm talking, but like to your point of if the pitch was coming halfway, if our guy threw this pitch, 2 seconds, 3 seconds earlier, that's what would have happened. And then maybe we wouldn't be having this conversation, Chris.
You're right. Sorry about that.
Okay.
My fault.
Yeah. Thank you.
Once again, you guys have one of the youngest teams in baseball. I don't know if you guys are the youngest or not because Cookie Carrasco's back on your roster, so that's going to up the ante a little bit. You said you had, you told me right before we started recording that you guys had a team dinner in Seattle. So how many people end up showing at one of those things early in the season?
Well, we had a team dinner in Oakland, and I was probably one of like 4 people that didn't get invited. So I was really, really butthurt about that. Yeah. Me and Shane didn't get invited. Yeah, it was a lot of young guys, even some older guys too. Some guys took it very personally. FaceTimed a bunch of guys, seeing if they wanted to come to dinner with me, and they're at this big long table, all getting dinner. Fogo de Chao too, right? Everybody likes Fogo de Chao. Didn't
Yeah,
get invited.
the meat sweats.
So I took that very personally, and I made sure I made all of them feel bad for the next few days. But anyways, I don't know, like 8 or 9 of us went out yesterday, just down the street. We got in at like 8, so it was a quick dinner. But Alder and Ash, great burger here in Seattle. Great burger, let me tell you.
How does that happen where you didn't get invited? Was that a
I think it's personal. I think it was personal. It felt personal. It was like, man, like I need to be nicer to the boys. Maybe I yelled at them too much on the bus. I don't know. I'll have to I'll dig in.
The bus is your domain.
Bus is my domain.
Right?
It is. It is.
Are you making rookies do stupid stuff on the bus?
Always. It's the best time it's really the only time you get like just your group together with no one else around, and you got 20 minutes to do something stupid. And luckily for us, we got a great group of rookies that don't have any fear. So it's less about, making them do stupid stuff and more about, honestly, like they want to do it. They love doing whatever I ask them to do, because it's for the boys, and everyone's going to respond well. So honestly, it just ends up being a great time. Whether we're doing, a song, a story, a spelling bee, trivia, chug a beer, something. It's a lot. There's lots of. I've got plenty of material to last for the season.
Who's the puppy dog that right now will do anything?
Tyler Freeman.
You have one?
Tyler Freeman.
But he's not a rookie.
He's not a rookie, but he's still a young guy who will still just like do anything for the boys.
Good. Yeah. Here, go chase the ball in center field.
That's
do
right.
That.
That's right.
Perfect.
For my rule is pre-arb. If you're pre-arb, you're a rookie, and you get to come up to the front of the bus. So we got a lot of pre-arb guys. I
was going to say in Cleveland, you can count that on about your fingers and your toes on that one. Right. So you've got a new manager. We have talked in the past about playing for Terry Francona and playing for Bruce Bochy, and now you're playing for a guy who literally was competing against you in October of 2022. How was his first weekend as a big league manager, and did it feel like he had never done it before?
Definitely didn't feel like he had never done it before. He's so poised. He's under control. I feel like it was we just picked up where we left off in spring training. Spring training went so smoothly. Everyone was on the same page. Everyone was working hard. Everyone had positive energy. And I feel like he let the players play. He let the coaches coach, and that's really the most important thing, in my opinion, that a manager can do. And it's really hard to do because you are the boss. You're at the top, and you want to be involved. You want to help, right? You just want to help. You want to win, and it's tough to win by doing less a lot of times. And that first series, he did exactly what he had been doing, and what I anticipate him to do the rest of the season, and for what I'm going to guess is going to be a long managerial career. Just because of the person that he is, and the baseball mind that he has. He sees the game so well, and not to mention the coaches that he brought in with him see the game so well as well. And I just feel like we're just a really, really prepared group, and prepared people that are allowed to go just play, I think tend to have the most success.
Did he say anything to you guys at the beginning of spring training about being so fresh on this journey and having played against a bunch of the guys in the clubhouse? Because it is such a different dynamic. It's the shortest span we've had in this sport from a guy who last played until he first managed since Larry Boa, who retired in 85 and then became a manager in 87. Like, that is a quick turn. You guys competed against this dude. Did he have to make some sort of point about that at the beginning of spring training?
No, I mean, he did a little bit, mentioned, some guys that he faced, some of the pitchers that he faced, blah, blah, blah. But I think it's more joking. And I don't know, guys, like, it's crazy because, like, I mean, I didn't play. I didn't play against him that long ago, right? But it's like he's so far beyond that now, where he's Stephen Vogt, the manager. Like those playing days are long gone, even though they're not that long gone. I feel like he is truly in the role that he belongs in, and there's no confusion about it. This is our guy, and this is our leader, and it's pretty clear that this is what he's meant to do.
Did you tell him how you pitched to him, like your game plan against him back in the day?
No, honestly, like we haven't talked a whole lot about it. Usually, I tell him that he was such a good hitter. He was such a good hitter. So like I don't know. We'll make fun of each other for how good of a hitter he was, but I'll tell him that I was a better catcher than he was.
Right away. And what does he say?
He usually agrees.
Nice. Good work on that. Did you happen to see the World Series ring you're going to be getting shortly?
Yeah. I saw the videos. Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. Oh my God, dude. I want it so bad. It's so cool.
Can I just tell you, whomever came up with the road,
right,
and using the 4 teams you guys beat in the playoffs and their logos, that person should, I said on Baseball Today, should not only get a raise, but should probably be promoted to owner of the team.
Dude, the quiz, I saw that, I was like, no way. Like in order, like that's so cool. The details that they managed to put on that thing are, my goodness, so cool.
Did you text any of your teammates after the ring ceremony on Saturday and just be like, how is it? Or send me a picture or anything like that?
No. I saw the pictures on Instagram and those videos like that. And now I kind of don't want to look at it. I want it in person. I can't wait to get it in person.
What is it? I think it's mid-May, right?
Yeah, mid-May we go to Texas. So I'm assuming that's probably going to be the time, and can't come soon enough.
So will you be one of those guys that wears it? Will you throw it into a safe, have higher security to stand guard 24/7? What will you do?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'll wear it for a day and then probably got to throw that thing in a safe. I think it'll probably be the only material object that I actually care about. I'm not super materialistic, except for my not Chargers, my Browns beanie. So it'll be, I'll probably throw it in a safe but at the same time, right, I want to be able to look at it all the time and put it on sometimes. I don't know. We'll see. I only have forever to hang out with it, right?
It's true. That thing looks amazing. It really, I think they crushed it. It's as good as we got. A couple other things I'm going to let you go. Did you do an NCAA tournament bracket?
I did a pretty good one.
Are you still live?
Nah, I think there's some better ones, but I had UConn, Alabama, Marquette, and Tennessee in the Final Four for my prediction.
Holy shit! You had Alabama?
I had Alabama.
You know this is hoops and not football, right? In the Final Four.
Yeah, I know. And well, actually, it's funny. We did this like draft. It's Tito's favorite game during March Madness, where it's 8 guys draft 8 teams, snake draft style, and if you win, you get the number of points that the seed was.
Got it.
So did this thing, and one of our athletic trainers comes in with a computer ready with all his research and everything. And I'm like, come on, bro. Like, you don't need to do research. It's all guessing. I was like, how about this? I'm going to make a bet with you. I didn't watch one college basketball game all year. Not one. Didn't follow it. I am going to draft my team, and I promise you my team's going to do better than yours, and with all of your research. And when I win, if I win, you have to do a 10-minute cold tub with all your clothes on and your shoes on. And if you win, we call this, it's a BFR bike ride. BFR basically this thing that like straps onto your body and like cuts off all your blood circulation, and it's like miserable, but it's great for recovery. Yeah, it's crazy to think about, but it works really good. But anyways, I ended up winning, which is great. And now when we get back home to Cleveland, he's got to do a 10-minute cold tub with all his clothes on.
Please get video of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Who is it, by the way?
James Quinlan. JQ. Shout out to JQ.
Good one. Good one. And of course, Tito back in the day, Arizona's off limits because he has to draft them first. I mean, I didn't even want to reach out to him after they lost. Forget that.
I know. I think he was going to a lot of those games and off during their season too.
Yeah. All right. I got one big picture baseball thing I wanted to ask you about. It was the silly little spat between the Brewers and the Mets about the Rhys Hoskins late slide, which was deemed illegal. They even reviewed it. It was fine. McNeil didn't appreciate it, started yelling at him. Hoskins did the whole whiny eyes thing. And then the next day they threw at Hoskins later in the game after he had hit a homer and the whole bit. Anyway, did you have a problem with either the slide or the retaliation?
Not really either part. I think these are just things that happen in baseball, and it's funny when baseball gets dramatic because it's like it just has nothing to do with winning the game. And we play a long season, and little things just they add tension. And obviously Rhys playing in Philly for so long, like you go to New York, like it's part of playing in New York. And for a team that's in the NL East, playing against it for so long, like little dramatic things happen. And in baseball you retaliate, and it's kind of how it goes. And we're not ideally, no one's really getting hurt, but it's the way the game has been for a long time, where there's going to be some slides that hit people, there's going to be some pitches that hit people. Ideally, if it happens, it's done the right way, which is below the waist. I'm not sure that ball was thrown below his waist, which is a little scary. I think there's a right and a wrong way to do it. We just, you can hit people, just don't really hurt them, if that makes sense. So I think anytime a situation like that happens, sometimes you got to hit someone. That's just you sticking up for your boys. But as long as it's below the waist, I think then everybody talks a little shit, and then you go to first base, then you move on. And I like to see it happen that way more often.
Yeah. All right. I just want to let you know, I know you're going to be busy. I believe you will be in Cleveland, Ohio. It's a week from Friday. It's April 12th. Baseball Today, which is the other podcast I do with Trevor Plouffe, the world famous Trevor Plouffe. We're doing our first ever live show at a place called Boomtown Brewery, which is in Los Angeles. It's going to happen before the Padres and the Dodgers game. Now, Hedgie, this might surprise you, but our VIP tickets, the ones where they really get to get up close and personal with us, those are already sold out. But there are general admission seats still available. The doors open for that at 5:00. There's a free Dodger Stadium Express shuttle that's within walking distance of the venue if you're going to the game afterward. Your tickets, by the way, can be purchased at shop.johnboymedia.com. Now, be honest. If you were in the Los Angeles area and had a chance to watch us do a live edition of Baseball Today, Rose and Plouffe together, what would you pay for it?
Probably $250.
Yeah. And we're not charging that much. I mean, you would probably be willing to relinquish.
Confident.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be worth the price of admission to see two legends.
Yeah. And it's Los Angeles.
It's
there
LA.
is the star factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's in Cleveland, I'd say $150, but LA it's $250.
Great. What we'll do is maybe we'll bring a show to Cleveland, and you could come. It'll happen after the middle of May, and you could bring out your World Series ring.
I would love nothing more.
Dude, you're gonna be pimping that shit so good. I cannot wait to see it. Hey, what finger are you? Oh, okay, that was your ring finger. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Come on.
Nice. All right, listen, dude. Stay healthy. Enjoy the eclipse. Don't forget the glasses. Don't forget to video Quinlan in the cold tub for 10 minutes. I want a clock on that, by the way. Do not let him out 1 second earlier than 10 minutes.
I won't. And he's got shoes and socks on too, just so you know.
Is he going to be able to survive? Because if you're not used to a cold tub, it's pretty. Does he cold tub very often?
Trainer. He can heal hypothermia.
Okay. Well, he'll know how to treat it. I don't know if he can handle it.
Yeah, he'll treat it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Always appreciate you catching up, and thanks for wearing the Browns knit cap. It warmed my heart at the beginning of the episode. Very cool. For our amazing producer, Robbie Scirocco, and the speed demon these days, Austin Hedges, I am Chris Rose. We will see you next time here on the Chris Rose Rotation, a production of John Boy Media.